going on, Jerome's? Right, so it's always tough the Monday after a Vikings alleged loss, but it is what it is. And coming off the bye, you had higher hopes, right? But just, nah. And hard truth, Kevin O'Connell's play calling has been inconsistent and borderline terrible all season. And we say this because we praised Kevin O'Connell so much in the past, and we've seen what he's capable of. I think that he's a true great leader of men. I think he is the quarterback whisperer, and this offense has been phenomenal at times before. Plus, you could tell he's trying different things, a little bit RPO action, but there just hasn't been a flow, right? And I don't know if it's personnel. I don't know if it's execution. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Who knows, man? Yeah. Also, just a pathetic, lethargic, and sloppy performance coming off the bye. You expect more, man, from the reigning defending NFL Coach of the Year. And the Vikings are indeed 3-3, and the toughest remaining schedule in the National Football League. Whatever, right? And the Vikings, they're going to begin some clarity pretty soon. And they're still good along the offensive line, getting healthy at the right time. Jordan Mason is running the piss out of the football. Quarterback-wise, we'll get to. Addison is fantastic right now. Justin Jefferson is doing his thing when he's not dropping touchdowns. The defense can be great rushing the passer and terrible against the run, or great against the run like Sunday and just terrible everywhere else. It's just, there's always something, and hopefully things will get turned around, because this is not it, right? And as frustrating as the game was, it was more the Vikings just gave it away. And Jalen Hurts had a career game. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith at like 305 yards receiving combined. And the fact that despite all that, the Vikings still had a legit shot to win, despite going 1 for 6 in the red zone. Just frustrating, man. And it does start and end with Carson Wentz at quarterback. And it was very clear Carson Wentz was not 100%. And Kevin O'Connell had talked about that coming in. Wentz is not fully healthy. J.J. McCarthy's not fully healthy. Max Brosmer, healthy as a horse. All right, but Wentz 26 of 42, 313, 2 picks, including a pick 6, and also the other interception was just airmail. It was just not good. 64 quarterback rating. It's no bueno, right? So it had the pick 6. The arm punt was just bad. 1 for 6 in the red zone. Some of those were on Wentz. Some of those were just on random circumstances, like Brandel snapping the ball too high, Brandel getting called for a fluke holding, Carson Wentz intentional grounding. Just and you could tell, like, the shoulder and rib were bothering him. His mechanics were a mess. And for someone who preaches mechanics like Kevin O'Connell, like, he really puts up a lot with Carson Wentz, who has never really been like an accuracy merchant to begin with, but feet are a mess, eyes are a mess, throwing off platform, a lot of sidearm throws too. It just, I don't know. No. Plus the urgency late in the game, was that on Wentz? Was that on Kevin O'Connell? I don't know, man. Yeah, but Carson Wentz. And we praised him. We called spade a spade. Like, when he did well in the Bengals game, did well in the Browns game, it's great. But this game, the final drive against the Steelers, no bueno, right? And Carson Wentz fed the media jackals afterwards. We'll rag at Sports Illustrated. Carson Wentz, I got to not throw the ball to the other team. That would be great. And turnover-wise, again, Kevin O'Connell preaches ball security. Alec Lewis, the Athletic, Vikings have turned the ball over 89 times since 2022, the first season of the Kevin O'Connell era, tied with Colts and Titans. Only team with more is the Browns at 100. So part of that is fumbleitis. The Vikings had a rash of fumbles. What was it, 2023? But just the interceptions, just the add up. And it's really tough to win if you don't win the turnover battle. The Browns game was an anomaly. Yeah. And Kevin O'Connell, when asked about the quarterback situation, Vikes fan page, Kevin Conley on the quarterback situation Thursday. Remember, short week. Thursday Night Football against the Chargers. We got to see how Wentz, comes out health-wise. I know Max was ready to go, and JJ was emergency 3. And we will see how JJ, feels as well on a short week. We are going to put together the best plan we can, and that includes the players available to us. So I think we could see Carson Wentz for one more game, Thursday Night Football against the Chargers. I wouldn't be upset if the Bro Show took over. And as we said, if the Vikings had a game week 6 instead of the bye, I think Brosmer would have started, right? But it's clear that Wentz is not healthy, and his health, his injuries lead to bad mechanics. Bad mechanics lead to inaccuracies. Inaccuracies lead to game-changing turnovers, and also not cashing in. Like that first red zone trip, just missing Addison, just a leak out of the backfield. Like, how do you miss him in the flat like that poorly? Also, decision-wise, how do you throw backwards? That's a live football, man. Just, I don't know. Now, obviously, we're big-time supporters of J.J. McCarthy, and we've talked about it ad nauseum, where I understand wanting to play it safe with J.J. McCarthy and want to get that ankle to 110%. But even if it's 95 is healthier than most players week 7 in the NFL, heading into week 8. Everyone's banged up. F it, we ball. And it's frustrating, too, is like you see Bo Nix and Jackson Dart in that quarterback duel. Simplify the offense. Let your quarterback play. Let him make mistakes. It is what it is. But guess what? You can get some Herculean performances as well. And that's what Kevin Collins needs to do. If that ankle is as close to 100% as you can get it, F it. And I know, well, he needs a full week of practice. Brother, it's week 8, the National Football League season. The season is slipping away. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Carson Wentz in all likelihood. So get reps with J.J. McCarthy. It's like, Bo Nix had a great rookie season. Jaden Daniels had a great rookie season. Drake May had a bad rookie season, but he's reaping the benefits of experience this time around. So get McCarthy reps, because it almost seems like some Vikings fans don't deserve a homegrown franchise quarterback, right? And the Vikings need to find out what they have. Like, either JJ is the guy or he's not. Don't you want to find out? Yes. And enough of the pussyfooting around with his injury. I understand it's nothing to mess with. Grade 3 high ankle sprain on his right plant foot. It's going to be at the upper bounds of the 4 to 6 week timetable. Fully get it. Also, the reason why they didn't put JJ on IR is that you only get 8 returns during regular season. You get 10 for playoffs. The Vikings are probably already going to use 6 of them. Once Jones, Chandler, and one other guy get back. Yeah. But that's why the Vikings didn't put Jackson or McCarthy or O'Neal on short-term IR, even though they certainly could have, or Andrew Van Ginkel at this point. But McCarthy, he's got to start. Got to start. And also, play calling-wise, Kevin O'Connell, let him play. Enough of this, just trying to make him comfortable, do that. Let instinct take over. That's exactly what happened in the fourth quarter against the Bears, where you had nothing to lose, so you just let him play. Let McCarthy cook. That's all, man. Also, TJ Hawkinson was cooking. So the touchdown, which would have made, it was a good spot because you had a little bit under 3 minutes remaining. You had all your timeouts. You had the 2-minute warning, and the Vikings would have been within 2. It would have been a whole different ballgame, but instead the Vikings, the Hawkinson touchdown is overturned, which was BS, and then you had Riker kicking a field goal right at the 2-minute warning, so the Vikings didn't get benefits of the time. So, yeah. There's nothing to overturn it, Hawkinson said about his overturned catch. I mean, I was out there. I felt it. Hands on the football, snag it. I don't understand. I don't basically understand the catch rule at this point. I don't understand how New York can call in and just be like, yeah, it's not a catch, when there's no evidence that it wasn't. I mean, I had it. I think it's ridiculous. Also talked about how a couple of the game day refs went up to him after it was overturned, and they said it was a catch. It was ruled a catch on the field, which you need indisputable visual evidence that it was not a catch to overturn, and there wasn't. I mean, it's pretty clear that Hawkinson kept control. Yes, it did hit the ground, but he had control at that time. There was some juggling, but the ball never touched the ground when he didn't have control. All right? But other than that, like, what is the catch at this point? And I know I don't want this to come off as sour grapes because you have to play better than the refs. This wouldn't have won the game per se, but also it would have jacked up the Vikings' chances of winning. But the Vikings also shouldn't have been in that spot. If they're a little bit cleaner in the red zone early in the game, maybe that doesn't factor in. Who knows? Also, sort of lost in the soup is that Jordan Addison has been freaking phenomenal since he's been back, man. 3 big-time games, game winner against Cleveland. Yesterday, 9 for a $128 on 12 targets, just all over the field, all 3 levels, attacking for Carson Wentz. And also, do not sleep on the chemistry that he and J.J. McCarthy have. So when McCarthy gets back, because remember, McCarthy's first 2 games, he didn't have Addison because Addison was suspended. So free 9, free 3. That's all. Also, so Will Rockard, he should be Special Teams Player of the Week. 5 for 5 field goals, including a long of 59. Although I feel like I just wish he would have attempted like three field goals, and the Vikings would have cashed in on some of those damn red zone trips. But glad that Reichard is there. Glad that he seems to be back to good. He had a rough patch there in training camp, but we're back. Yeah. Also back. Eagles Nation, which, yeah, whatever. Isaiah Rodgers covered stats versus the Eagles, his former team. 7 targets, 5 catches, 151 yards, 30.2 yards per catch, which is not good. 3 first downs allowed and a touchdown. 100 of the yards were to Devontae Smith. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, especially since how talented this defense is, as well as how good Isaiah Rodgers has been, right? And it's weird because the Vikings haven't been able to stop the run, but they shut Saquon down to, I think it was 44 yards. But Jalen Hurts just shreds this defense. And you could say, well, the pass rush was slow because the aura of the Eagles' offensive line lets them get away with murder up front, which is fine. It's fair. Also, Tyler Batty. Yeah, Tyler Batty, the pride of BYU, got activated, and he did have a couple snaps on defense, couple good snaps on special teams, but mainly his job was to just lay down in front of the Tush Push. Now, the Eagles only attempted 2 Tush Pushes. One of them was called a penalty. The other one they converted, 3rd and short, 4th and short, whatever. But it's kind of funny, man. And this is the evolution where Flores is a genius and he's trying different things. And how do you like to be Tyler Batty? He's like, hey, man, I'm excited for my NFL debut. Cool. You're going to lay down. That's right. And the NFL talks about player safety. This is only going to get stupider and stupider. Like, what's going to stop the next defense? I think the Eagles play the Giants next Sunday, from laying down 2 guys like this, like they're laying down the train tracks. What is to stop a defense from laying down 3 guys stacked on top of each other in front of Cam Jurgens, like a mini wall, and then have a linebacker like Frank Louvu from the Commies last year jump over the pile? What's going to stop this? Yeah, the NFL talks about player safety. This is extremely unsafe for Tyler Batty. He's laying down, exposing his flank to, which is generally unpadded, by the way, unless you're wearing a flak jacket, and to just all this contact to stop a play that isn't even really football. And also, I love that the Eagles got flagged for a false start. It's about damn time. Yeah. Everyone's still offsides, though, by the way. Yeah. But, yeah. Glad to see Tyler Batty out there. Like I said, I feel like he's an unknown commodity, and I think that he's going to have a larger impact than people think. But we'll see. I mean, the Vikings are technically back at practice today. They'll have a walkthrough. They'll have an injury report getting ready for Thursday. Kevin Collins, I'm sure, will meet with the media jackals, talk through some things. Whoever the quarterback is, I'm for it. But also, if the quarterback is indeed Carson Wentz, it better be J.J. McCarthy on November 2nd against Detroit. Oh, but starting him on the road, start him. I honestly do not care at this point. Enough with the active recovery time. Enough with this, that, and the other thing. He's good to go, and let him play. All right? Because you've seen what happens around the league when you let your young quarterback play. Also, especially if the protection is going to be good this time, and also you got the weapons all around. So just let him go. Let him go. Because, hey, fighting the good fight this year, Vikings fighting for a playoff spot, trying to keep their heads above water, sure. But you need to find out if J.J. McCarthy is going to be that dude that you can build the franchise around. And that would be good to go. Also, we glossed over this. So the Chargers and Justin Herbert and their offensive line has so many damn injuries. So they sort of got boat raced by the Colts. He was under pressure like 42% of his snaps. So the Vikings should and could be able to make some hay on Thursday night, pass rush wise. But also, Indianapolis is a juggernaut. Well, they should have re-signed Daniel Jones. Okay. Oh, they re-signed Darnold. Okay. But they didn't, and there's literally nothing you can do to go back and change it. So you could either be negative Nancy Tuesday morning quarterback or focus on the now. What can you do now? And right now is get J.J. McCarthy out there. All right. Have him win some games. Have him sling that effing pigskin. Let's get after it. All right. So, like we always say, 24-hour rule. So if you're watching this game after, 3 p.m. Central Time, the only time zone that matters, buck up. You got a game. It's coming back real quick. It's kind of a nice thing about playing on Thursday night is after you play on Sunday is that there's not a lot of time to be crying in the breast milk. So focus, get back on the horse, reload, and let's go. Let's go, man. Anyways, that's it. That's at Vikings Monday News Dump. You're the best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.